Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to this other episode. This is one of the most interesting episodes because this is now the time we get to get our hands dirty with actual code. So here we'll be sampling a little bit of Spring AI, get to our IDE, write some code. Of course, we definitely are gonna paste some code from the documentation, but nonetheless, the idea is for you to get out of this session knowing how to bootstrap a simple Spring AI application. So in regards to the model we'll use, I think we'll use Ollama. Let's see how it goes first. But ideally, I just want you to familiarize yourself with how to build a simple REST endpoint or an API endpoint that would talk to an LLM using Spring AI. So if you've not watched the other episodes where we talked about the theoretical concept, we looked at the overview of Spring AI and also looked at the AI concepts that a Java developer who's not interacted with building AI models before needs to understand before you start building these Spring AI applications. It's best that you understand some of these fundamental concepts. All right, that's it and done. I'll have to bring this guy down over here. And if you haven't noticed, the theme today is a bit greener. The shirt is what? Java Connect 2025. I wish I had a spring match, but nonetheless, let's get started. Okay, fantastic. So we're just looking at the docs as well. So this section is where we'd bootstrap a simple application. You don't have to worry about all of this, at least for now. What we really care about is this start.spring.io. Josh Long says that is the second best place on earth for a Java developer because, yeah. Oh, okay. So that tells me I need my lights on. Okay, but nonetheless, so this is the thing. Spring Initializer could have it on light mode. And then we have a bunch of things here we need to look into. One is the language is Java. The build tool I'm using is Maven. So if you're Gradle, by all means, go for it. I'll use Spring. There's a kind of note that is put here that says that Spring AI supports Spring Boot 3.4.x and 3.5.x. I'm currently on the latest version of Spring AI 1.1.4. Okay, it's not ideally like the. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is the recent one. The most recent stable is 1.1.4. And then we also have the snapshots 2.0, the snapshot. And then we have this 1.1.5, the snapshot. And we also have 2.0.0 M4. So this is currently under review. So I'll just go with the stable version 1.1.4. This is what we are basing the documentation on, and this is what they're saying here. They're supposed to use Spring Boot 3.4.x. So I'll use 3.5. Yeah, I'll use 3.5. And then I'll just come here and say, I need to change this lighting here to Java guy like that. Then yeah, this is just a demo, a Java guide.demo, the jar file. Configuration, I prefer the YAML way. I'll use Java 25. This is the LTS, yeah. I'll use 25, and then now I need to read and see what dependencies I need for me to play around with it. So artifact repositories. So yeah, Spring AI and later versions are available in Maven Central. No additional repository configuration, yada yada yada. This is just, yeah, you don't need to do this. Snapshot. This is when you want to interact with a snapshot version. So this is what you're supposed to do. So or older milestone versions before one, you need to add the following snapshot repository. Yeah, you need to add this if you're dealing with snapshots. And then not when using Maven with Spring AI snapshots, pay attention to your Maven mirror configuration if you have okay. So okay, for me, I wouldn't really worry about all these things for now. What I think about is one, this is important. So the bill of materials declares the recommended versions of all dependencies used by a given release of Spring AI. This is a BOM only version and it just contains the dependency management, no plugins, declarations, yada yada yada. So this is just like the bill of materials that you need. And yeah, this is quite important. So this one you need to know how to have it there. And then now you also need to add dependencies for specific components. Each of the following sections will have its own thing. So we start with chat models. They have their own dependencies, embedding, image generation, transcription, text to speech, and vector databases. all of these have all of those have their dependencies. So I will start with the first one, which is a chat. So when you're building a simple simple chatbot, okay, so there's a dependency we need to take in. So at the same time, it depends with the kind of model that you're using. So just give me a sec. So let's see. Okay, that was weird. Yeah. So yeah, let's not talk about that for now. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. Thomas built some very nice material. You can check it out here. Awesome Spring AI, and then uh, let's see. Yeah, so he's documented a very nice materials to help you learn Spring AI. But okay, so I'll just add building a simple web. So let's say web here. Yeah, it's a simple REST endpoint, and then I need AI. So I'll just type AI and then see which one I have access to. So depending on the kind of model that you want to integrate in your application, you definitely are going to have a bunch of things. We have the Open AI supports ChatGPT and the language model, the AI language model, and DALI as the image generation. We have Vertex, so Vertex, Gemini, and this one doesn't support embeddings. And then yeah, so all these that we're getting here are filtered by the AI bit. So we could also say Open AI. So we also have Azure Open AI. This is just like when you're getting models from Azure Foundry, which unfortunately my student ambassadorship ended, so that's quite sad. Okay, so I'll just pick Ollama because I have Ollama installed locally. I'll just pick Ollama because that's the model I want, and then yeah, I can generate the project. Yeah, but I won't go this route because I have the ultimate version for in IntelliJ. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here a new project, and then I'm gonna select Spring Boot, and then say Spring AI series. Yep, it's gonna be under Java and then /AI. Yeah, that's okay. And then yeah, the build tool is Maven. Yeah, from the Java Spring AI series, yada yada yada. Java I'll use 25. That one I prefer the YAML way, and then I'll create next. Here for the dependencies, you'll see I need web, so that's okay. And then if I type Ollama, for example, Ollama, will it support? Yes, it does. And then yeah, so for Ollama, I guess it supports that version. Yep, for Llama, I guess it supports 4.0.5, so I'll just create. We'll get to see if this works out. Yeah. And then I'll need to increase the font a little bit so that people can see. Yeah. As it loads, we can open the documentation and see if there's anything else we need. So now when you're doing all the things, when you're implementing Spring AI and whatnot, there is this chat client API, which is like a very important interface that helps you communicate with the AI model. So it supports both synchronous and also the ability to stream your programming model. Yeah, streaming programming model. So here the Fluent API has methods and for building up the constituent parts of a prompt. So we talked about a prompt. So ideally what you pass, so there are, it depends. So yeah, there is what the user gives the model, and then we also have the one that has been designed to guide the model on how to respond, on how to handle like various situations in your application. So the prompt contains the instructional text to guide the AI model's output and behavior. And then from the API point of view, prompts consist of a collection of messages, which is kind of what we mentioned in our last episode. Then the AI model processes two main types of messages. We have user messages, which are direct input from the user, and then we have the system messages. So when we talked about the user prompt and the system prompt, These are the kind of things that we are referring to that help guide the system on how to navigate based on a variety of inputs. So these messages often contain placeholders that are substituted at runtime based on the user input to customize the responses. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then let me just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can also see it clearly. So how to create a chat client? So the chat client is created using the chat client builder. So the builder pattern is applied here. Okay, this object, you can obtain an auto configure chat client builder from instance for any chat model. So when you talk about chat models, we have a variety of them. So we have OpenAI, Azure, name them. Then using an auto configured chat client builder. So this is how you're supposed to build a simple chat client. So you have this is the chat client, you inject here using the builder pattern, and then you do like this, and then you create your simple endpoint, and then yeah. So you can also work with multiple, but let's worry about that when you get there. So I'll just come here to this. It's already bootstrapped, and then yeah, everything looks fine. I'll come to the YAML file. Yeah, so this is that. And then the POM file, we have Spring AI. That's the name of the project. And then we have this Spring AI Ollama. And then we have this, where's the web? I need to add the web. So I'd come here to starters. Anyway, I can see the starters, yeah, starters. I need to select web. I don't know how I went with reactive. Yeah, so I added web. Yeah, added web, Spring Starter web. And then we have the BOM file here, the bill of materials. And then let's see if we're missing anything. No, we're not missing anything. So here, what you're supposed to do is now how to configure Ollama. But first things first, I'll take you to Ollama. So say Ollama, like that. Okay, might not be the correct one. Yeah, Ollama.com. And then if you have a powerful machine that has kind of favorable specs, you can install Ollama on your local machine. You can have it on OpenClaw, Cloud Code, and more. Yeah. So how I do this is I have Ollama. I had already installed it on my machine. So you also have like a bunch of models here that you can get access to. You have the Quen, and then what's really important is you understanding the kind of parameters that your local machine could support. So I'll just create a new. I'll create a new terminal. So just give me a sec. Or I can just use IntelliJ's terminal and then say Ollama PS like this. So I have Ollama installed locally. So after saying Ollama PS, I can say Ollama list. So these are the models I have locally. So I have one that I was trying to customize. This one is an embedding one when you're dealing with RAG. And then yeah, so I'll just say Ollama run 3.2, and then I keep it alive for 10 minutes. So the default one is normally 5 minutes when you run Ollama locally. It runs for 4 minutes. So I'll just do it like this. Oops. Okay, so I did something weird there. So I'll say Ollama PS. So I'm trying. Okay, it will stop 9 minutes from now. So I've run it like that, so that let me just say Ollama PS again. Yeah, I'm doing that so that when I start the application, it normally takes a lot of time for it to detect Ollama, or if Ollama is not running and you start an application, you're making a request, it's going to take a lot of time to run it. So I'll just come here, say application, now I'll say AI, and then say Ollama, Ollama base URL, and like that. It's normally that's okay. String hyphen .ai. Yeah, it's about right. And then I think that's all we need for now, unless something else comes up. We definitely going to look into it. Yeah. And then now we can create a simple endpoint. So I can come here, or let me just create a class. Let me just create a class. Yeah, so I'll create here a controller and then say chat controller. No, don't ask again, man. Then it's a REST endpoint, so I'll say at request mapping. Yeah, chat. Then I'll come here, and then here I just create. I need to inject the chat client, so I'll say private. This is a final chat client. This one, and then say client like that. I need to inject it via the constructor. So here I'll just say public. I'm tempted to autocomplete it, which is okay. Public, public. Yeah. So here we're doing the dot builder like that. So this is that, and then here I'd say client dot build like that. So we've injected the chat client. So how are we using it? So I'll create here a get mapping, and then yeah, it doesn't need anything there. What is it supposed to return? So let it return a response entity of a string. So public. Let me just return a string on a string. Hello. Let me just say hello, and then okay. Let's just copy the example. Let's see how it looks like. So slash AI yada yada yada. We pass the user input. Yeah, I forgot this one here. That controller. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then here, let me say something. Let me just call it hello, and then here you take an input like that, and then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna return. I'd say client. Now when I say dot, I'll get access to a bunch of methods. So client dot. So I have prompt here. I'm supposed to pass in the prompt, and then I'd say dot. Here I'd say dot user. So the text from the yep, that's, and then say dot call, and then you get the content. Yeah, so that's ideally it, I guess. Yeah, user chat client dot prompt, and then you pass in the user. So when you say the user, now this is the user role, the input that he provides, and then from there we call, sends a request to the AI model, and then the content. What does it do? The content method returns the AI model's response as a string. So it normally returns by default as a string. So yeah, I can try run this up. So let me just run it. I'll run the app. I hope it runs. Yeah, and it's running. So what I'll do is I'll create a request.http. So this one here. Oh, yeah, that's about right. And then yeah, I'll just jump to this one. Okay, let me make this a request parameter. That request param. Yeah, just like that, and then it's gonna be that. So let me rerun it. How do we pass a request parameter in a call that we make? let's see. So is it running? Yeah, so it's running. Then I'll come to this place here. So I'll just delete this one, and then I'll click on this. So it generates that for me. I'll delete this one. So I'll say, when was Java founded, like that, and then I'll run it. So internal server error /chat non-transient AI exception Mistral. Doing it fast. Okay. Oh yeah. There are a bunch of things I failed to configure here. So I'll say model. Okay, let's just Google. Or alternatively, I can just say Spring AI Ollama config. Yeah, I'll just open that. And then, yeah, there are a couple of things I missed out here. So I missed out here. So you're supposed to have some configurations. So this is okay. Ollama init. Okay, this tells you how to pull the models. Spring AI Ollama. And Pro, this is what I need though. Okay, thanks. Yeah, Ollama, the URL ai.chat options. Yeah, chat options. Ollama chat options. Chat. Man, I keep on forgetting that thing. Chat options model. AI Ollama chat options model. AI Ollama chat model. But the actual chat model is Llama 3.2, I guess. Yep. And then the other bit that we need is we don't need an embedding. So yeah, base URL is okay. This one needs to go. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So that's Ollama, and then let's see if we have something else. Hope I didn't miss anything else, man. Yeah, so I'll just come here, make the request. Yeah, and with local models, it normally takes some time. Like Ollama, you trust me, man. That one is gonna take a bit of time to come up with a response. I don't know. It's because my machine is not like that strong or fast. But ideally, normally takes some time for you to get the output here. So alternatively, I could get Anthropic. And voila, we got our response. So it's saying, yeah, and it honestly takes like a couple of minutes. So Java was first released in 1995 Sun Microsystems. Yeah, the language was created by James Gosling, Mike Sheridan, Patrick Norton. It was announced in January 21st, the first version in December 1995, version 1.0. And yeah, at least you get an answer. So we can try something different and see how it would behave. Who created Mbappe? So let's see what it would generate. Let's see. Yeah, so it's letting us know that I couldn't find any information about Mbappe. It's possible that it's a lesser known or fictional. Could you provide more context on that? So it doesn't have context on this. So I'll just ask it one last question. Which year's data are you lastly trained on? Yeah, so I can ask it that so that we get to see why. Because Mbappe is a framework that was recently uh, built by Rod Johnson, the one who created Spring. And yeah, so my knowledge cutoff is on 2023. Mbappe was created this or last year. But I may have access to more recent information via internet search. So this means there's something we need to do there. But yeah, very long video. Long story short is you just need a chat client API, a chat client, and then inject it via the builder, and then you create a simple endpoint client.prompt using this chat client, and then .prompt. And then for the user, this is where you put the user prompt or user input. And then for call is now the one that is executing the API call. So yeah, that's simply it. That's simply it on how to create a simple, very, very simple chat API, and then you can tell it this is where you can pass the model prompt. So this is the system prompt. You can say do not answer any question related to Mbappe. This is just me trying to show you that this is what guides what the model can do. Mbappe, say related. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, so I can run, and then we see what happens. Yep, started, and then let's get back to this one. We can run this request here. I can just say who created Mbappe, and then let's see if it. But now it should have picked the momentum and tempo so that it generates the responses even faster. But let's see if it gets us an answer. Yeah, I'm here to help, but I won't be answering any questions about Mbappe. How can I assist you? Can I assist you with something else? So yeah, that's just it. The prompt specifies the how you want your model to be responding. Like here we've just said that you are helpful assistant, do not answer any questions related to Mbappe. So if the user input contains anything related to Mbappe, it's definitely going not to answer that question. So yeah, that's ideally it for the first bit, creating a simple AI endpoint that can generate a simple thing. Just like you give it prompt, or yeah, you use a prompt and then it generates a response. And we've seen a couple of things that might need fine-tuning at the end, or just like ensuring that the model has access to latest data. Thanks for watching up to this very point. Have a lovely day. I hope you learned something out of it. And if you liked it, if you have any recommendations, just leave it out in the comment section. But nonetheless, thank you for watching up to this very end. Have a lovely day. Bye.